Hey guys, I'm Andrew here. A follow up to my previous video, Kung Fu Panda, the greatest story always told. If you guys haven't seen that yet, go watch it before watching the rest of this. You can find it in my media commentary playlist or click on the link down below. If you have already seen it, then you may have noticed that my conclusion segment was absent. The visuals I used were blocked by YouTube, so I had to remove it. I considered re-uploading it with the redone conclusion segment, but I realized that it wasn't really integral to the video, as it was only a brief recap of my introduction before going into several tangents. Honestly, it might have been a sign from the universe, as it wasn't as high as quality as the rest of the video.
There are no accidents.
But for those of you who are curious about what I was going to say, I redid the segment word for word, but with new visuals. Enjoy! Poe's arc in the first Kung Fu Panda movie matches the narrative structure of Joseph Campbell's monomyth almost beat for beat. However, the writers of Kung Fu Panda did throw in some clever subversions to the monomyth tropes, such as the mentor being the one to refuse the call of adventure instead of the hero. The hero's journey is nearly a perfect framework on how to tell an epic tale. It's the definition of it ain't broke, don't fix it. One of the biggest problems of modern storytelling is that writers are constantly trying to deconstruct their heroes, as they see formulas like these as stale. But I don't think every story needs to be told a certain way. Things do become tropes for a reason. Not every writer can be George R.R. Martin, and even he relies on tropes more than he would have you believe. So if you're aspiring to become a great writer, maybe consider retelling the greatest story always told. You might just stumble onto the next Kung Fu Panda. Speaking of the Kung Fu Panda franchise, the fourth installment is coming out very soon. I did not plan for this to coincide with its release, but it's a happy little accident, as I now have re-immersed myself back into that world just in time for the next movie. I'm excited to see where Poe's journey takes him. If the first three are anything to go off of, the fourth one should be good as well. Fingers crossed. Another coincidence I realized while making the video is that it's still Chinese New Year, as the Lantern Festival is today, a holiday which marks the ending of Chinese New Year, and what would you know, it's the Year of the Dragon. A video essay on the Dragon Warrior, published on the day of the Lantern Festival of the Year of the Dragon, sounds like a good way to kick off the new year to me. Assuming it's a lucky year to have the snake as your zodiac. So that was my cut conclusion segment. Maybe it's not a lucky year for those with the snake zodiac after all. It wasn't the best conclusion I ever wrote, but it was still supplemental. Let me know down below in the comments whether the video would have been better with this segment or if it was better the way it is now. Also, for those of you who might be wondering, it was the credits of the Kung Fu Panda movie that I used as my visual. The artwork was super cool, and I wanted to highlight the people who worked on the movie. For some reason I thought the credit sequence wouldn't be copyrighted. Another lesson learned, I suppose. That's all for this video. If you for some reason decide to watch this video all the way through before watching the main video, I highly recommend checking it out. Once again, you can find it linked down below. This is Iron Mandrill, signing off. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Ciao.